Hi everyone, I'm going to, as a transitionary video, I'm going to be doing the Pit, which is something that myself, Neo, and Notencore led. I've kind of tried to record this once and it didn't go very well, so kind of a take two. Even though you'll probably never notice the difference. Yeah, the Pit was kind of just this idea that we had. We was originally actually not even going to be part of the main game. We were like, oh, what if we did this kind of idea where people submitted just these mini levels, and we just kind of had it as a standalone EXE. And we asked Pyro if we could just do this in general, and she's like, yeah, let's put that in. We're like, wait, in the main game? And she's like, where else would it be? And we're like, yep, our fear that it wasn't going to be in was very quickly non-existent. So that's how I got onto the MaGMML dev team. Then I helped with some other stuff, but that's how I originally got on. So I playtested the shit out of this, like when it... That's mostly what I did when we got a bunch of entries. I just bug tested them to see if I can break them, or mostly for soft locks, because I didn't want to, I want to make sure that you couldn't just lock yourself like 100 rooms in. Because that was something that during beta testing happened to me quite a bit. Which is why I'd say I spent so many times trying to beat it, and it was mostly because I'd play levels and, like, there was one level where the background was just a solid object. I don't know how that one happened, but it did. So a lot of my beta testing time was with that, or I added a few like, I always told people, but I added a few screen transitions, mostly, like, both forward and backward, so that, people wouldn't, again, just made it easier so that you wouldn't soft lock. It usually didn't change the gameplay, like, at all. And then I helped come up with a lot of the Pit rules, per se. A funny thing about Strife's levels, when Strife first submitted, they were just garbage names, like WJKDZ. I love the way this water boat section is. So, like, right before it came up, I was like, hey, do you want to give them real names? And he was like, oh no, I'm sorry. It was pretty funny. So I think he just didn't realize that it was going to be, the names are going to be displayed. Which I feel like gives a lot of them more character. Without naming them, they're just, I don't know, random things, but with, you know, you want them to feel memorable. You don't want a bunch of these to just be throwaways. I really like that. Like, I know that E-Tank's a simple thing. I didn't even grab it. But I always really liked that. Ocean Sickness. This is one that always caused me some trouble. Oh yeah, this is one of those that for some reason the you can get crushed here and another spot. That used to insta-kill you, where now it makes you force you to respawn. Where it originally was really obnoxiously hard because inconsistencies in the Pit's programming. That of course got fixed, but long periods of time where, as I said, because I was testing like daily for about a month probably, like, I don't know, last May, last April. So there was a lot of times where things just did not work. Or there's only like one level with oil, but that was also just insta-killed you. Because when the code for it didn't specify oil, it just specified spikes. I really, oh, that's really cute. Eddie just, oh, okay. Ooh, I didn't know that worked. Oh, also, all of Skipper's are puns, I love that. I remember people having trouble with this because they didn't realize you can blow those up. Because most of these you can get through without having to destroy any. I don't know if Skipper knew that, even. Because it seems like you should be able to do all of them without destroying them. Except for maybe the last one, might be really tough. I have full ammo. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know if this one's doable. It's not. Unless you're way, way faster, but I don't know. If Skipper, like, if people are that good. Wily Sewer Entrance. Most of BBLIRs were, like, the first levels that were submitted. Except for, I don't think this one even. I think he sent in a second pack. Yeah, this is one of the few with random oil. Here's Ja from Deja Vu. Deja Vu. Yeah, I like this one. I think of the series, if you want to call it that, of Deja Vu, this is the weakest, but I don't dislike any of them in any way. Wish there was a reward for doing the harder way. E-tank or a something. Funny thing, when the pit was originally made, it wasn't intended to be beaten. Like, we added the handicaps from the shop way later on, but the original plan was to make it, like, unbearably hard, so that the final boss was really a surprise and, like, a bonus, but then it got required for 100%, so at that point plans kind of changed. Also, a lot of weird things happened in pit development. Because, like, the pit crew was its own separate group. Like, we talked in a whole it was all handled through Discord, so we talked in an entirely different server than the, rest of the dev team for a while. And, like, we had, like, the pit had its own GitHub, it wasn't, like, its own branch. Joan. Forget what he says. I also recall that that wasn't supposed to be the original, music there. I think it was Galaxy, just normal Galaxy Man's there at first. And then at some point the file names got switched. I don't remember. I think it was an April Fool's joke on the dev team or something weird like that. I don't remember exactly. But so on the pit one, it was still normal Galaxy Man music, but on the final copy it was this. I'm not really mad about that, it's just kind of a weird... It happened. Yeah, those guys can, if you're not careful, can rack up a lot of damage. Chroma Key, which is in the series of Zeal deck levels, based on MaGMML2 levels. I don't remember if I said that this recording or the last one. That felt like way less damage than normal. That looks very strange to me. Because I recall you're able to do that correctly in the engine, but why it doesn't work right here, who the fuck knows? Oh, it's down here, okay. Good job, me. Oh, right, and Joes have less health. Makes them way, way easier. Wait, do the Pikmin don't count as Joes? Huh. I thought they did for that purpose. I really like those shield graphics. Those are tight boys. Yeah, like, I think I mentioned in, I mentioned later in Joe-Man when I play it, that I think Joe-Man's one of the worst things that Zealdeck has made, because I think all of his pit levels are really good. And Metallic Ocean, like, to me, Zealdeck, the pit levels he did are, like, what I expect a pit level to be. They're just the most solid and overall consistently really high quality. So to me it's strange that Joe-Man isn't as good as these. Oh, this one is tough. If I'm gonna die on one, it might be this one. Oh, please drop health. Fuck. Shit, that's not what I want. I'm trying to find a way where I can steal health from something. Okay, that's enough health. I really just wanted one extra hit. Fuck. Will that kill me? No. Oh, I have an M-tank. Fuck it. Yeah, because pit tanks don't count the same way as normally tanks do, so you can't, like, stock up beforehand. Also, I don't mind using a tank on here, because, like, this is one of the hardest pit levels. Pyros also were generally fairly difficult. And I think this one, it's... I'm not gonna say I can never do it, it's just... It's very easy to make a small mistake, and I don't want to redo stuff. I want to basically just do this in one recording session. I don't want to just wait for a good seed. Also, how I've mentioned earlier in the LP about not knowing how to use Sparkman platforms, this I disagree with because everything's about trying to avoid the spike tops. It's not about... like, it shows you and it feels more purposeful than some of them where it really should stop earlier. That rim's really easy. It feels strange to be at the end. This one, people don't like this one, probably because you can fall off those, and otherwise, it's basically just a bunch of freebies. It's just kind of this bizarre mess. This is probably the one where the most disagreement on whether we should keep it or not came from. I was very, very for keeping it, where it really just confused a lot of people. But I think it's hilarious, so I kept it. Oh, this one I love. Lyric rolled. It's like, if you're smart, you don't shoot them, but it's cool to see what comes out. No, 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 no. I don't even know what that one was. That one's scary. That's not good. Oh, jeez. Tigers. Which one of you is... Eddie. One of you is bad. You're bad news bearer. Oh, jeez. I'm not falling for that trick again. Wait, can I get 2 Eddies? I can. This game's rigged. Skullman kills. I like these just weird... They create... I half love creating your own new gimmick, and I love the ones that take an old gimmick and make them better. This one I genuinely have no idea how this one works. Like, I didn't think that was possible. Hey! Hi, Galaxy Man. Pits deal less damage. Hell yeah. Okay, next time I'll probably grab an E-Tank. Or whatever other unique upgrade, because usually the unique upgrades are more helpful. I didn't even see you there, buddy. Oh, Kuno. Kuno also had some really difficult ones. There's one that's like a lot of spikes. And when that one was submitted, for some reason, when I tried to play it, the insta-death spikes were on, so I had a lot of trouble even attempting to beat it. And then it got nerfed, and now I think it's a really fun level. It's a really fun entry in this, but like, first time playing it was a jarring experience. I got really scared, like, oh no, I'm dead. And I was like, oh, pit rules. Yeah, honestly, there was a time when the pit was the only Mega Man that I actually played. Like, probably a month period. Glass Man. That jump bugs me for some reason. Like, in hindsight, I feel like I should have made that more, like, one closer. Just because, like, there's no reason for it to be difficult. But it is. And these are just concrete blocks that were reskinned. Damn, okay. Oh, that's a... Yeah, I hate the ladder graphics in Glassman. The tiles that look like ladders but aren't. Because it looks like... Granted, it was stupid what I was doing. But I always found that one graphic to be kind of annoying. On the other hand, when they're right here, they look fine. I guess it's just the placement of them. I like the glass man in the background. This was one of the first ones ever submitted, which was really easy. Like, it's basically just a freebie. But when the pit continued to get harder, it was kind of nice to have these freebies. I think there was a way that you could slide under that was really difficult. Because otherwise you get a mess of them just showing up there. Yeah, there's two levels that look basically the same, or based on, what is it, Wily, Mega Man 1 Wily 2? Which is really strange. Because I didn't think it was that popular of a level. Hey, there we go. Hornet Chaser is one of the best weapons. Like, it's just so ammo efficient for the amount that it can do. I think this one... yeah. Then you get a Cutman fight, which, because of the silly iframes, is really easy. I probably could have rapid fired him and that would have been just fine. Quick lasers. That feels really gracious, where a lot of other Novocaine stuff is not easy. I mean, granted, considering he plays, like, really stupid and hard Mega Man ROM hacks, I'm not surprised. Ooh, Yashishi. Mook Rush. I recall this is randomized. It's most of the mooks in the game and you get, like, 10 of them or something. Ow. My bones. Leave me alone. Is it just any enemy? Huh, I don't know. This one is also one I really like, because it takes something really normal that you see a lot of, and really adds a unique spin. Trying to see if I can get some extra bolts. And then you get to these, which are, this one's interesting, but it's not quite as just weird as some of the next two. This one. I forget, there's a way that if you jump at just the right time, you'll die. Also, depending on the enemies you get on that one, it can be much harder. I get kinda lucky. Boom. Oh. I hate you. Oh, I love that. Like, I said I hate you, but I genuinely love that. This one. I love this one just because it's so dumb. You know, bringing back everyone's favorite boss, the Boo Beam Trap. Ow. Also, there's a pit in here, which I requested was added so that you can't get soft block if you don't have enough weapon energy. I really like how this one came out, because, I don't know, it, taking something like this and then making it into something remotely playable There's also just the look of horror on everyone's faces as they play this. Oh, this one's Zatsupachi. Or Drakmeister, I don't remember which name he used. Guy who made Yggdrasil. Also, one of the early ones I played. I think I even played this before Yggdrasil. I just knew... Oh no, Yggdrasil, but his pit levels are pretty cool. There was one that he submitted that was like... Spike Hell? It was really, really hard platforming, where you had to rely on Rush Coil, and it had an or the ammo lock, so you had infinite Rush Coil, but that was banned, so I had to say no, and it just was an odd one. I probably don't need the E-Tank. There we go. Next one, I'll hope I get more uniques. Or the M-Tank, I don't need the M-Tank. Is this Zelda 2 graphics? I think it is. Yeah, I remember getting this one, like, I don't have much to say. I like this one, like, it's just... It's what I want out of a pit level, in a lot of ways, because it's like... It has its own unique graphics, it's just a... It's different. Doesn't have to be revolutionary, but, like... It has its own identity. So for MaGMML2, when you're making pit levels, just make something that feels fun. If you want to go with some strange graphics from another game, you have more room to be experimental. If you just have, like, you know, a few screens of, I have an idea for this enemy with this gimmick, though I don't want to do a full level on them, go for it. That's the idea. Shinryu submitted like 2 levels, and I think they're both really good. Because Sandstorm doesn't get enough love in this game. Like, it's almost never used. Oh, I have to go up there. Mine. I love that you can stand on top of them. I think it's an obscure... It's only in one game or something, but I really like it. Might be the Game Boys? Because I don't think you could stand on them in Mega Man 5, unless I'm completely misremembering, which could be likely. Why am I... That's not a hard jump. Have I ever mentioned that the pit's really long? I think I've noticed, I feel like most people are pretty okay with them. This is Jupi's, which was the 119th submitted, so second to last. But yeah, the pit's really long. And, like, I've noticed that LPers weren't always a fan of it, because it just seemed to drain recording sessions, which I can kind of get. But I think it's still a really good and fun concept. Though I can understand my voice already is a little, bleh, from just talking, because usually I have a few minutes to just stop. I mean, there's nothing wrong with me not speaking for every second of this video, but it's an LP, it's where you just non-stop talk. Actually, that might be the wrong way to look at these things, but you know what? Heck off. There we go, that's how you be really clever with this. Oh. Heyo. Oh my god, this is so much better now that I can just kill the Joes so easily. If any Joe is listening or watching this, I'm sorry. Please don't be offended. You're just gonna walk... Nice. I don't know how obvious it is, but you can go over here and there's a goodie room. Oh my god, so many things. It's almost unfair. In hindsight, I probably should have gotten rid of the M-Tank there, because it kind of throws off the whole button. This one. This is the one where all this green background accidentally got turned into a solid object. Like, I recall even messaging MegaFan, like, hey, I fixed it, but for some reason this happened. He's like, that was weird. Oh, yeah. It worked when he tested, so it was a weird auto-tiler issue. If you've ever used the dev kit, you'll know what that means. Are these Mega Man 3 and 6 graphics mixed together? Because it looks really good. Yeah, that's the thing. I found that if you can get past, like... If you can get a decent way into the pit once you have a little bit of money, you have a more bit of leniency with a lot of things between your upgrades and just having an E-Tank. When things go... You just get into a tough spot. It's, It gets easier as it goes along. For the most part. If enemy drops were off, that'd be very different, but that'd be horrifying if that was how this was made. On the other hand, I feel like if that was the case, then people would be a lot more, it'd be more important for where people left their, power-ups. And how many or how sparse they are. It's an interesting concept, though. I can't imagine myself making that a rule. Unless there's like a hardcore pit mode, I don't know. There's an E-Tank up there, interesting. I don't know if I've noticed that before. Okay, so now I gotta go down here. That's how you do it, okay. Yeah, I really like that this one, you can kind of just figure out what you're supposed to do in every room. Like, if you sit and think just a tad. Here we go. Galaxy Man, my friend. Oh, new ones, okay. This one is a lot like SMB3 in that it's kind of just enemy spam. This is one of those ones that I don't regret putting in, but I was definitely more iffy on, am I gonna submit it? Or if I'm gonna accept it. Because it wasn't like we rated them, it was just a pass or a fail. Did it get in or not? This one, without the animated tiles, looks quite strange. Also, I recall... I don't know if it is in the final version, but in one of them you can go all the way over there. And it was like a whole nother part of a level, but... Very... Yeah, I recall you used to be able to go over there, and there was more level, and then it got changed to the current format and layout. I can't tell you exactly why, but weird memories. Wrecking programs. Only level he did for this. Oh, I'm glad to see his name in here. If you don't know what I'm talking about, he's the guy that made Mega Man Maker. And was in MaGMML2, so I just like seeing that people returning for stuff. Why are you chasing Eddie? Oh, he dropped a thing. For the amount the Big Fish submitted, I feel like we haven't seen a lot yet. Unless I'm misremembering how many he submitted, or what I've already played. I'm really bad at keeping track. Interesting. Keeping track of some of these things. This one is really interesting. If you come back here, there's a chance that you'll get a night version where the graphics are just slightly different. And also, a weird thing, the mist is accidentally drawn over the menu. See, well, I really love the way this looks. It's kind of annoying to play through. But I love the idea of it. And it's another just one of those oddities where most of them do stick to Mega Man style graphics. Or that one just... It's an outlier, but I'm glad that there's a few outliers. Keeping variety in the pit was something I really tried to keep in mind when making it, when putting everything together and what should stay, what shouldn't stay. Variety of names, variety of types of areas. If there was one that was really unique, I was more inclined to keep it than another one that was kind of bad and looked like everything else. I feel like there's a reference to Michael's Base, and I have no idea what. Oh, Michael Bay. That's it. I forgot for a moment what it was for. Neat. I have... Yeah, this is the point in the run where I'm like... As long as I'm not a doofus, I'm going to win. As much as I liked the pit in this one, I might handle a few things differently in 3, I'm not sure. Oh. Like, there's already talk of what we're going to do, but it's still... Still some uncertainties of how we're going to handle things, which is fine. Development for 3 is still far, far from, like, really, really starting, where things have to be finalized. And I do plan on, if not completely running it, having a major part in the process of making the pit. Would you please be careful? Again, I love all of Skipper's level names. Oh, this, again, this is a really small challenge. That was silly. But I really like it, because I feel like Plantman platforms you can do a lot with, and they're only touched so much in the official games. So seeing some really, really nice uses of them makes me happy. Again, why wouldn't you do that? Unless you're, like, trying to challenge yourself with a Buster only, it seems strange to ever not do it that way. I mean, I guess if you are just looking to challenge yourself more, I can get that, but... As I usually want to reward those things with something. Oh. Well, I feel like a little bit of an idiot now. A winner is you. Here we go. I did shoot down. I guess I was in the midair for getting hit frame. Interesting. Oh, this one. Oh god, this one. When this one was originally put together, collisions somehow worked even worse than they do now. So it was like... I went through a lot of walls. Like that. It's still a glitchy mess. It's not as... My god, this one used to be... It would run like... It would end like half of my runs. In, beta period. That is still annoying. This one we considered dropping, honestly. But we didn't. Like, that part looks... like... It's some neat uses, it's just I wish the tornado platforms worked better. That one always felt obvious that you had to get to the top, even though it could have been any of the teleporters. It'd probably be too much, but it'd be insane if it switched, if it was RNG. Of which teleporter you had to go to. Yeah, this music's kind of driving me crazy now. Originally we were gonna have it switch to other music, and I don't remember it still does. That was one of those things that was really... We weren't sure what was happening when it got transferred to the main branch of the game. I like that these... this is another... Just an oddball, it kind of creates its own gimmick. Where you can hop through that. That'd be an interesting break. Yeah, where I feel like it creates its own gimmick, and even though it's short, I think it's still good. Oh yeah, I remember. You have to... do that, because if you go up here, you just solid, so yeah. Is this the one where you just... oh no. This is one, I think when it was submitted there was no boss gate. You could just skip it. Which is really strange. Oh, fuck. No. I don't want to do that. Can I, No, I guess I can't try that now. What was I even doing that I fell off? It was just me being a dingot. I have an idea. What if I don't do something stupid? Like that. And I live. I want the upgrade that gives me an extra health when I grab Buster. Fuck. I'm almost only halfway through. Jeez. Okay, I'm gonna try to speed things up a little. Because I am feeling sleepy. Oh. Excuse me? Sir? Sir? This is another... this is a strange one. Oh yeah, okay. There we go. That might be all the upgrades. This one I ended up nerfing because it was too hard. And that's like, oh, how bad could it have been? I don't remember exactly what you had to do here, but I remember it being obnoxious. Like, genuinely really difficult. Like, you would have to do a, like, medium range hop on one of these. I think ceiling may have been lower? I don't remember exactly what. I know in the other one, you had to redo the Guts main platform thing twice. There is no quick. As you can see, you can fall down there. You originally were not able to do that. Also, I feel like that got easier. Like, I feel like neither I nor Zealdeck changed it. But I feel like it got easier. I like how this one really feels like same idea as Maze of Death in all the best ways. Wonder if Junkyard 81's a reference to something. It's just is a cool name. Whee! Damn it. Yay, Citadel Basement. My favorite MaGMML2 level. Pfft, Eddie. Heyo. You didn't do anything, sir. Well, this can't go poorly. Apparently this one was ripped off of some obscure ROM hack. I'm not even sure if it was completed. Which is very strange. But I ended up seeing a video of that a while ago. That whoever Adrian ripped off was very, not angry, but just confused. Which I kind of agree. That's very strange. Like, man, when I saw this, I at first said, man, I'm glad Adrian's getting better, because Candy Panic's kind of, yeah, and I played some of the other indie games that he made. They weren't good. They were very... There was a lot of improvement, and I was hoping he got better. This one's really also just a strange little here it is, but I like it a lot. This one had more spikes in it somehow, and I had to do it where you couldn't touch any of them or you'd die. So it was really, in the words of Roham, it was a thing. Roham? I forget how you fucking say that. I'm trying to remember. This room, there were significantly more spikes in. And I think this one as well, somehow, which might seem strange considering there are a fuck ton of spikes in here, but, are these not frozen? Weird. I feel like you shouldn't be able to despawn that, because it's like most of the challenge of the level. Or maybe BBLI jar just doesn't slide? Who knows? This one I think originally gave you infinite weapon energy, and then I got changed to the generator. Maybe not. There's another one that had infinite weapon energy. I like being forced to use Rush Coil more than others even, because I feel like he doesn't get enough love. Because, like, especially in this game, there's very few situations where it's more advantageous to use Rush Coil over Wheel Cutter or Super Arrow or anything like that. Even so, that's probably easier with Wheel Cutter. No, I have everything. Oh, thank God a change in music. This one, however the gimmick was made, friggin' weird. I think it had to do with, Jeez, I don't even know how this was made. I remember hearing an explanation, clearly, but, like... It had to do with very quickly deleting dummy objects. I wish there were more, rooms that had special music. I remember seeing someone try to play this, and they were like, this isn't obvious what to do. I thought cutting the name made it obvious, but apparently not to some people. And I feel like some people, I'm not trying to be passive-aggressive to someone, like, I watched someone LP this, and or either that, or someone was talking about it, and I genuinely can't remember who it was. Fuck. At least it's not insta-death. At least I'm an OP boy, and I don't give no fucks. Okay. Okay, John. Okay. How am I doing this badly? Yeah, Dr. Novocaines are... I've said it before. This is why they're really hard. They're just... demanding. And I like them, but the jump button didn't jump. I don't want to be stuck in an endless... Fuck you! On the other hand, this is basically infinite bolts. And if it was actual currency, this would be cheating, basically. Like, it would cause scary amounts of inflation. Didn't expect that's what I was gonna start bringing up when I did the pit. Another Dr. Novocaine one that's also on the trickier... Oh! Oh, I thought you were going down. Right, you have to wait for it to go to the right. I want... There we go. And there's all my life restored very quickly. I really like the use of invisible or invincible blocks, or just invincible enemies in something like this. It really lets you accomplish things that I otherwise wouldn't be able to easily accomplish. It's really neat. Eddie, my friend. The other Shinryu one. Which also, these assets barely got any love. Oh, damn it. I wasn't supposed to go in there. Yeah, that one was always weird to get into. Feelings. The best Yoku blocks. Oh, bye, Eddie. I'm sorry. This one I feel like there's no way to memorize. It's... I kind of like this reactionary Yoku challenge instead of just being completely memory-based. This is truly the work of art of pit levels. Why does that do more damage than Grab Buster? How strange. The first time you play this, you're like, wait, 2 Voltmen? This is kind of fishy. And then you're like, oh, I see the game you're playing. 3 Voltmen. Well, 3's the magic number, so there can't possibly be any more, right? Oh, you're just messing with me now. Wait, why does this one have invincibility frames? I'm not taking chances. Heck off. Like, there's definitely ways to lock teleporters. It's a joke one. I don't think it matters that that could have been fixed. I don't know what I hit, but I bumped my head on the ceiling. Oh, Eddie. Oh, geez. This is a toughie, I recall. Or maybe it was just the last screen had a weird jump. Wherever these graphics are from, they look beautiful. I think it's from Mega Man 9? Maybe? I don't remember why. I remember having trouble with that jump. Guess I got right on the frame he came out, or something. I'd be a little mad if I missed that jump. This one, I ended up adding a screen transition to because I accidentally soft-blocked myself because I think I was out of wheel cutter. If you do this, there's no way to get back up. So I just made it so that you can go through here really easily, which is not a big deal, but it just is a little quality of life thing. There are a few of those in the pit. I made it harder to get over some of the get out of boundaries. Do you have anything for me? Nope. Big toilet. Ooh. How many E-tanks? Actually, oh wait, I have to be really... No? There's definitely a way to do that. It's probably not worth the effort. You know, I could probably just stand up here and shoot them. There we go. Or that. I feel like that may have been the intended way. A missiled opportunity. Thanks, Skipper. Skipper? I think Skipper's one of the consistently really good designers in here. He submitted the one that was just different varieties of a mid-boss that ended up getting denied because it felt really... It's called, I think, moving at a snail's pace. It was really slow, which I feel like, as a whole, slowed down the pace of the pit. Which I kind of feel bad about, I don't know. Because I don't think it was like a bad level, it's just... That one took way longer than most of the other pit levels, like, and it wasn't fast, because it was a mid-boss you had to wait a while for to do anything. There were also a few, I got one pit level that was like... It was just... It was all the graphics, and it looked like a mess, but all the, you could stand on most of the spikes and the normal platforms killed you. Usually it was kind of inconsistent. Like, it wasn't like a, ooh, this is being tricky, it was just like, what the fuck is happening? It was one of the strangest submissions. Maybe the strangest. There's also Select-A-Ladder by Arbade. That one that just looked strange, and just ladders everywhere, and... There's another one that was about 100 screens in one direction, and it went up like 4 screens, so it caused the game to lag a little bit. Hey, didn't we already do anyway? Yeah, there's 2 of these that are like almost the same thing, but this one used slopes because it felt like being spicy. I mixed up who made this one and that Beach Party one, because they're both fairly similar. They're both very competently, I feel, really good. They have a very similar flavor. Oh. Fuck. This is straining my voice, so I'm a little worried of running out of water and still having a lot to talk about. So in theory, I can just not do that. I can do that. And stand there and do that. I like the strange teleporter spots, like doing something creative with that. I'm still playing. Wow, okay. The pit stage nobody asked for. I think I played this before the actual stage nobody asked for, to be honest. There were a lot of levels that people referred to, and I was like, I just haven't played that yet, because I didn't beta test. I only beta tested a few levels. This one is a strange one. This is, well, I think, as far as I know, the only one that was not made to be a pit level initially. This was Stove Guy's test to make the water fill object work, where he just kind of made like a little mini stage, and then it became a pit, I think, as far as I know. And it's got the iconic, if that's even iconic really, the weird Stove Guy spikes, where they're kind of in a different formation than just like a wall. They're kind of at diagonals from each other a lot. You'll see that in Beneath Sand and Rock and Nightwalk Castle. It's just a thing that he does. What am I doing? Let's go to the right here. Oh yeah, there's like 3 tower levels in this, and I haven't gotten any of them. You know, I probably should... I already had an M tank, I think. Some of these are way more... yeah, there's one by BBLIR. There's this one... I think this and Gemini lasers were way more stressful than BBLIRs. Oh, fuck. I was almost at the end, I think. I should just not take a chance. This is the one you don't want to screw up. One of them that you don't want to screw up. There we go. This is such a odd one. I know it's custom spawners, but how the fuck does that work? I think there's a chance that the Pit and MaGMML2 will have less strange custom spawner shenanigans, or at least 48 Hour will have less strange custom spawner shenanigans. Here we go. Well, I don't know why this is Drill Pickle. Oh, those are Drill Pickles. What am I doing? Well, that was a hot mess. Be the bigger person. I probably should have shown off the gimmick. This is the only pit level with custom objects. I mean, wholly because it's based on the MaGMML1 level by Duvio. The very strange Wily Castle level, where the idea is that you're supposed to not kill the, enemies. And this one, I think that this level does everything that, that castle level wanted to do, but better. I recall playing that before I actually finished MaGMML1, because for a while I like, I did all the entries, and then I never got around to the castle. Till, like, way later than me doing the rest of it. Like, several months, like 4 or 5 months. Maybe more. Could have been closer to a year. I like that there's kind of a nice little go-around. Oh, this one's just... Oh. I don't think I've ever done that before. I feel like this is a reference to something, and I have no idea what. But I was also just so amused by this. That I had to keep it. On the other hand, oh, I forgot. I recall that sign down there just kind of says there is no solace. Oh no, there is no sanctuary. For just how strange this is, I like how, whatever the fuck just happened is acknowledged to be, what? Oh, I forgot that it changed gravity halfway through. What is that down there? I don't remember that at all. I don't remember this room, like, at all. Like, I can't remember another room that confused me. I also played this before Forgotten Fortress, so I was confused when he named the same thing as the same level as the same thing. I also used this as a farming spot early on. Come to think of it. Yeah, I mean, there weren't a lot better ones, but it's okay. Good enough. I was kind of hoping he'd follow me the whole way. Oh well. I don't love these huge mats. Oh hey, my level. This was basically, we were in the Pit dev group, we were like, okay, let's each submit a few. We were like, what assets just haven't been touched? And I found the super cutter. I don't think anyone touched it. I think it's used once or twice in the whole contest. So I just made this. I think I started 2 or 3 others, but we're never happy with them. But this one I was just like, okay, here we go. On the other hand, it's so exploitable from JewelSat. This might be my favorite pit room. On the other hand, the one spot right at the end really infuriated me at first, but I think it's... I think this is my favorite. I like the way, like, everything about it, the ladders are used really interestingly. Okay, so this used to be... I don't remember how this used to work, but it was really weird and I couldn't figure it out. But it got changed so that it wasn't as obnoxious. Top 10 most common enemies in increasing order. On the other hand, I think this was before some of Tier X was done, so I'm not entirely sure if this is accurate. But for the entries... To me, it's almost weird that Hammer Joe is the most used, and not Sniper Joe. Really like it. Big fan of it. This is also just, what the fuck is this? I almost want to replay Spiky Meltdown, because I remember I'm a big fan of Stove Guy's levels, and this is one of the few levels from MaGMML2 that I barely remember. This and Thundercliff Plateau. Like, I played them for the tasks, but playing them for the tasks is a very different experience. Heyo. And the fake out floor is very necessary. Integral part of the level. To the top. Oh, this one. Another gimmick I enjoy. So being able to get in bits, good stuff. This one was originally 8 screens, I believe, when we got it, and we were like, hey, we really like this, but now that we're being more of a stickler on the rules, can you change it? And he was like, yeah, sure. It was, I think that always sticks out. I think I talked to Neo about it once, and we were both like, yeah, that stuck out about this level. I think it was our first submission. Thank you, Vein Space. Overall, I really like shell blocks as an asset. There's a lot you can do with them. Or even, I think it's one of those simple uses of shell blocks and I'm still entertained by them. Fuck. Oh, I think that was the Yashishi. Cool. Save shallows. AKA not metallic ocean. Is this the same? I don't think it is. Discount Yoku, man. I don't know why I remember that as well as I do. Well, I'm not going back. Forget what you get for going on the top hat. Fuck. I was hoping to time that well, and then I just... I tried to go back on what I was doing, and I just didn't do either the correct thing or the wrong thing. I know there's a way I can accidentally kill myself here, but I guess I'm a bit lower. Oh god. Last bit of water. This is the one that has probably killed me the most times. What you're supposed to do is you're just supposed to walk forward, you're not supposed to, like, jump at all. However, that... like, it feels obvious once you see it. But my god, trying to play this during... I almost dropped this one because it was too hard. I mean, granted, we voted on these things, it wasn't just solely my decision, but... the general consensus was this is too hard. Come on. Thank you, Galaxy Man. 10 more. This one. This is the one where, someone took a screenshot and got the, I feel it emote, I believe. Was it? Are there tornado batteries in this? No, it wasn't. Yeah, there are. I think this is the one. Which, if you've been... no? Oh yeah, here. It was this screen. Which is only really notable because it's literally the server icon for MaGMML2. At the moment. I don't know if it'll stay that way, but you know. Wow, I'm... oh, right, I still have 2 tower levels. This one you have a lot more, like, Cool. You have a lot more leniency on not just instantly killing yourself, which I appreciate. But in which case it brings more enemies down with you. Oh, that could... Yay. Different music. All the enemies that look like they're out of Metroid. Whew, that was really close to death. Is this just Quickman? No. It's very close, though. This is the kind of thing I expect out of a fairly vanilla but good ROM hack. Inner Sanctum. I recall this was named before Entity knew of the name for Wily 4. Honestly, this may have been before most of the Wily stages were done. This one I've never quite gotten. Thank you, Blair. I like the kind of dual path. Wild West. We're almost done. Wow. I think, is this the last one? I'm trying to remember any others that we haven't seen. Nothing comes to mind. I almost always do not make that. Well, it's only for an E-tank. Oh boy, here we come. I'm just gonna stock up beforehand. Mega Man, congratulations on making it down here. You've proven yourself quite the skillful fighter. Oh, of course, it'd be anticlimactic if we didn't fight you. Man, this is... I love this battle to death. It just turned out so perfectly, in my opinion. Like, the original idea for this battle was to make something that was literally, like, Sans level difficulty, like, genuinely unfair. and then programmer changed hands, and we moved away from that idea. But my god, was the original idea... this battle's so ridiculous and amazing. Like, it's everything fun about these ridiculous things without actually being too hard. It's just awesome to play. This is so good. I love it. And this is one of the best remixes of a Mega Man song I've ever heard. I'm so glad we got to use this. Like, I almost just want to listen to the music, because it's so good. Instead of, like, talking. I think the B sound effect is almost jarring. Oh, here we go. Wasn't it bigger? Thought I covered more space. Unless it... Oh, yeah, here it is. Oh, yeah. Thanks, fam. Awesome sauce. I love the pit. I love everything about it. It's so fun in my opinion. I never actually saw that ending cutscene. Because, I've never beaten the pit in the final game. I always did it in betas. So, awesome. I'm so glad I got to do this. See you guys next time. How long was this? Holy shit.